we got some really serious things done during that time for Douglas County, one of which is I got the other 99 members of the State House of Representatives to vote to let my town out of the RTD. That's why you are not taxed in Castle Rock for the RTD anymore. And many other things that you can actually do if you pay attention when you're an elected official. This opportunity to vote for home rule, I think, is a great opportunity for citizens. It's a great opportunity, especially in the state of Colorado, because the saying, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. And this is an opportunity for us to actually do something. There are real opportunities in the home rule process, but it all comes down to who writes the charter, what's in the charter. And I think I'm particularly well qualified to do that on several different levels. And I have a record that I think people will know how I will do that. And there are some really exciting things that I believe we can put into that charter that will make it do the things that we want to do to get us out from under Denver, so that we really do have a process in this that we're going to have to put into the charter, so that we are creating competing ordinances with the laws that are coming out of Denver, so it's an either-or situation. The comment is correct that we're not just going to be out from underneath the state of Colorado laws if this passes. There are things we have to do to make that happen, and I will be proposing a real process of how we do that, and I believe we'll be successful with that. I'd appreciate your vote. I'm Tom Reeds. I'm running for the commission.
Thank you, Tom.
Chuck O'Reilly, past president treasurer of Douglas County Republicans. My first question is, what's broken? I have issues with the home rule process. This home rule process. I'm not against home rule. I'm against the way this one is being done. And the county commissioners brought forward a plan that allowed 60 days to do what Weld County did in a year. This process has been poorly planned. It has lacked public input. It lacks transparency. They talk about in here, 240 days, we're going to have less than 60. Commissioners on the commission talk about lack of conflict of interest. 3 commissioners, you're all talking about voting, who's to vote. 3 commissioners and 8 more votes, it's a majority on every issue. That has not been talked about, and that's what worries me. On any item, 3 commissioners, and they got a majority rule on any item the commissioner's agenda, in spite of what all you've been talking about. And it has ulterior motives. I was troubled by the people that were at that March 25th meeting and the people that weren't. They had $110,000 in the bank on day 1. If you agree with any of these issues, you have good reason to vote no for this home rule process. This home rule process, the way they're doing it this time. What is broken? I'm ready to discuss it. Vote for Charles O'Reilly, your only District 2 candidate. Also vote for Steve Bowen as your only large. Oh, that's it.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, great. We're going to open it up. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. Great. We are open to questions.
Hi, my name is Cindy Dalton. I've been very impressed with the quality of the candidates that have come forward so far. And one of my concerns is that once the charter is written, this group of fantastic candidates is disbanded. And we are left with our 3 BOCC commissioners. So how will we decide how to move forward with the commissioners that are left after the charter is disbanded.
I think that's one of the real beauties of the possibilities that are before us that we sure don't want to miss by voting against even forming the commission. The important thing is we form the commission with this vote and we elect people to write a charter and then we'll see what's in it. But one of the things is when you're a home rule community, you have more opportunity to actually override the decisions of the county commissioners, in particular our city council. And just to prove this to you, there was a large annexation in El Paso County in Colorado Springs just a few months ago. And the people then, under their home rule charter, were able to petition to put that back on the ballot. So the people are actually having a vote to overturn that. So we don't have that capability right now in any form that's to be effective. But it is in home rule counties, and they're going through it right now in Colorado Springs. Some of them, and they're, go ahead.
I think we need to go around to other questions, but thank you so much for asking. I do appreciate that. Did you want to answer that question? Did you want to answer that question, or are you fine?
What I heard was, what I heard was someone said Colorado Springs is a municipality, county. See, all right, okay, never mind. Yeah.
All right, next question.
I believe that El Paso County is not a county, home rule county. There are
Correct,
only-
Colorado
yeah.
Springs is.
But that's a totally
No,
different thing,
no,
Tom.
no,
It's
it's
a
not.
municipal
No, it's
home
not.
rule.
No,
And
it's
so
not.
I'm asking you, is El Paso County a county home rule? Just yes or no, is it?
No, it isn't, but there are over 100 other local municipalities in the state that are, and the powers that a municipal home rule municipality have, and the powers that a home rule county would have, there are 46 enumerated powers in the Constitution. They're the same for both.
I think that answers my question. I just wanted to know what is the difference between a home rule municipality and a home rule county. So if there's anything else you want to add on that, it's very confusing. So you could just sort it out.
One thing about that, they're generally the same, they may be exactly the same, but they're mostly the same. I might miss something, but I believe they're enumerated powers, I know they're the same. If you have a county that is a home rule county, and you have under it a municipality that is a home rule county, if the municipality has a conflicting ordinance with the county, the municipalities rule over that. And it's the same, by the way, between the state and the county in a home rule deal. So here's the way things could happen here, is if we get really serious about really analyzing all of these regulations that are coming at us, all these ridiculous pieces of legislation that are coming at us from Denver, we can't just go, well, we're not gonna abide by that. What we have to do is we have to create a new law. We have to create an ordinance under our home rule that is in direct conflict with that. And the Constitution and case law should be in our favor most of the time. You never can predict that exactly, but that's how the process works.
Thank you. Are there other questions?
Mr. Weems, just going to put you on the spot for a sec. You heard Mr. O'Reilly talk about the time is not now. There's been a lot of talk about that some individuals don't like the process that's taken place or call it rushed. Your family's been here for a long time, and you and your family's experienced a lot. I'm curious how you feel about the speed of this, and whether the speed of the change in Colorado is creating a need for us to do this action.
Well, first of all, Chuck and I are neighbors and friends. So, and it's wonderful that people can have different opinions on these things. But I think one of the things that Chuck said is that he was not trusting the process, and what was broke. Why do this? Because what's broke? Well, we have a lot of things that really work really well in Douglas County. Douglas County isn't what's broken. It's Denver that's broken. It's our state legislature that's broken. It's the state legislature where we have nearly every member of the Democrats in the legislature are employed by not-for-profit organizations that are created simply to pay them to do these unbelievably liberal, ill-advised laws and force them down on us. And that's what's broken. And this is our opportunity to fight back on that. There are very limited ways to do it. Maybe this will be great, maybe this will be a silver bullet, maybe it won't. But to my way of thinking, it would be a real shame to miss out on the opportunity to at least take the battlefield on this.
So I'm hearing that if things are written into the charter, if they, can they be taken away though? If we write into the charter like Sheriff Woodward was talking about, as far as putting more people in the schools, resource people in the schools, can that be taken away? Or with the sheriffs, if we decide, we want them to be elected, and then is there a group out there that could say, no, we're gonna appoint them? Or do they have to go by the charter?
They have to go by the charter, however, and I think we all want this, there will be processes by which we can change the charter in the future. So you wouldn't want to have it so it can never, ever, ever be changed. And that just requires us to be continually vigilant in our very important job of self-government.
All right, I think that was probably the last question, but did you want to say add anything else to it? And you're murmuring. Did we miss someone that had been waiting a little while?
People say that you can't not follow the state rules, that you have to go by the state. And so I'm a little confused on how you can write a charter that does challenge the state.
It is confusing. It is correct to say that just because we become a home rule county doesn't mean we're just exempted from the state laws. But it does say that if we do the work to create the ordinances, create the local laws that are different than the state law, that then our home rule, our local government, our local decision-making has a very good chance and has, in fact, trumped the state law. And so it's correct. We don't just automatically get out from underneath all the state laws. We have to act. And that's, I think, one of the things that's been missing in some of the home rule charters around the state and needs to be in ours is a really organized mechanism to be able to analyze all the regulations and the laws that come from the state and come up with a plan as to how to get that into our ordinances here so that we can exercise the rights under the Constitution.
I think Chuck wanted to answer that, and then this will be the last response. We'll bring up our final group.
I respect all the details that you're talking about. And the details that you're talking about have to be accomplished between July 1st and September 1st. What that is not talked about is that ballots have to go out to our veterans. To get to our veterans, they have to be mailed out September the 15th. The election office has to start preparing them September 1st. The election is going to occur in June 24th. By the time they're done counting the ballots, it's going to be July 1st. And I respect all the details we've been talking about, and we've got less than 60 days to go through them, and that's what worries me, because somebody's going to push something through.
I think that point is really well taken because, we have to have a quality product here. And that's why we're not electing professional politicians, we're electing citizens, we're electing neighbors to do this. And we're all volunteers, and we're all gonna have to live under this together. And I can assure you that for me, and I really think for former Speaker McNulty and other people that have been involved in writing legislation, et cetera, if it's not right, if we can't get it done in that period, there are ways to extend this. We hope that doesn't happen, because we're under attack from these people in Denver, and we gotta do something about it, we gotta do something about it now. So we're gonna do the best we can to get this done and get it done right. And getting it done right is probably more important than the speed.
All right, let's give them